What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dirt Plus. I've got a story to share with you guys, and it's about how I lost my job for the show Pinks back in the day. Here we go.
That's my dog, Uncle Big Back. Pull up!
So, to tell you the story, I've got to start off with let's start at the beginning here. I was working at a place that was essentially a place where people with special needs could go, spend their day, go socialize with other folks, and I was a physical therapist there. So, now I don't have any college education as far as that stuff goes. I was kind of learned as a hands-on deal there, and I had my own office, I had my standard, had my table, the whole kit and caboodle, everything was going great. My morning went with dealing with physical therapy, like opening hands and moving joints, all that stuff, and then I got to take care of a gentleman named Jim, who nonverbal and all that stuff, so on and so forth. Got to take care of him in the afternoons. Jim was a whole thing and a half, but that's a story for another time. The show Pinks at the time was a massive thing in the motorsports community. It was humongous, and not so much were they doing the whole, win the race, lose your ride kind of thing. They were doing the arm drop challenge, and Rich Christensen, love that guy, he was going to these tracks around the United States and arm dropping people from his soapbox or whatever he's doing. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't miss this opportunity. I have to go. I didn't have a race car at the time. I had a motorcycle. The motorcycle I had was a Kawasaki ZR7S, and it's not so much a crotch rocket as it is kind of a street bike. It did both. It had a crotch rocket motor, but you could sit up and be halfway comfortable. That was my only means of transportation at the time, and all right, what do you need to go racing? Helmet. Now that I know this, you need helmet, leathers, the whole kit and caboodle. Didn't know this at the time. So what do? I called into work. And I went up to Kansas City, KCIR, RIP KCIR, grew up there damn near. It was a home away from home, and went up there. My dad was there. He had his Nova, and he got arm dropped by him. I freaking love that stuff. I believe I have a picture of that. I'll see if I can't come across that. But I went up there, and I'm like, all right, I've been to this track 1,000 freaking times. At this point, they should know me. They should know Dad. Should be aces. Cool beans. I went to go get teched in. The tech guy, got your helmet? All right, cool. You're good. Go ahead. Banging. Went off without a hitch. Went BS with Dad until like, all right, calling classes. Let's go. Let's get this going. I get up there and I go around the water boxes. I have street tires on. I'm not trying to freaking blow the tires off or set any land speed records. I just wanted to get arm dropped by Rich Christensen. Have that feather in the cap, a little memory. Basically is all I was going for. I get to the line, I pre-stage, and then they back me off the line. Where's your safety equipment? What do you mean? I got my lid on, I got boots on. What do you mean? I'm in a hoodie and jeans, just like I'm kind of sitting right now. And they tell me that I can't race because I don't have the right safety equipment on. I go up to the tower, I start raising 7 flavors of hell. My dad goes with me because he's legendary at that track. Him and like a handful of other folks are quintessential KCIR. They just went there, that was their shit. They didn't give me any kind of leeway, any kind of love. They didn't say, go find somebody at the pits that maybe they got some equipment for you. No, you can't race. I'm like, all right, to hell with you. I'm getting on my bike. I hauled ass, I went home. The next day, I got my walking papers. So not only did I not get arm dropped by Rich Christensen, but I also lost my job, and so bad, all in 48 hours. We've moved on since then. The bike no longer is in my hands. It's down the road. It's God knows where now. But that's how I lost my job, because of Pinks. Because I called just to go get arm dropped by a guy who no longer is even associated with the brand Pinks. Sucks to suck sometimes, but you know what? Here we are. Oh goodness, probably 15 years later. Part of the gig. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.